Greetings everybody, welcome back to the landscape. So we're going to talk about some gear for this video. I know some people don't like gear videos, but I always find them really useful, especially if I'm in the market for and I'm looking to get hold of a particular piece of equipment. Looking at how other people have gone about their purchases, the research they've done, how they've got on or not got on, as the case might be. I always find it really helpful. So I'm trying to do the same by doing this. So this beast of a tripod is my Innorel RT90C. Just got a bit of mud on it, which I adore as a tripod. I love it. It is a fantastic piece of kit. It's built like a tank. It holds the camera like a tank. I've got no concerns whatsoever when I use this tripod with my kit. Now, I've already made a video that talks about why I purchased this tripod, but in summary, it was because I wanted a tripod that would be level with my head, where I didn't have to use the center column, because the center column introduces instability. So rather than having 3 legs, you've now got 1. Six of them just went past. So I wanted a tripod that would go higher than me without the center column. And the reason why I wanted that was because there were a number of occasions where I wanted the camera high enough to look down, or I wanted to be able to change the perspective of objects in the scene so that they appeared lower in the frame. At the time, this was, I wouldn't say it was the best the market had to offer, but certainly for the price that I was prepared to pay, this ticked all the boxes. And I mean, the legs are massive, and you can see how high the damn thing is, and I've not even got the tripod head on it. So it fitted the bill in oh so many ways. The kicker with this tripod is weight. And I've got some numbers here as to how heavy this tripod is. So on its own, this Innorel is 3.54 kilograms. And then of course, if I'm putting the head on top, it's even more. So it's probably knocking on the door of 4 kilos by the time I've got a head on top. This tripod actually came with a bowl head as an option, where you could move the orientation of this plate independently. But that on its own is 548 grams. So although it seemed a good idea, I actually didn't bother with it, and I've just gone for the normal plate, the normal flat tripod plate that you can see here, because I mean that weighs maybe about 50-75 grams. So I'm not sacrificing too much by using it. And although this has been a fantastic tripod, and I've loved it, and I still love it, the weight, I wouldn't say the weight was a problem, but there were occasions where I just thought, oh, do you know what? I really want to have something lighter, especially if I'm on a long walk or a long recce or something like that. Now, I've had this tripod for about 2 years, and recently, relatively recently, I went to a camera show, and camera shows, you've got all the manufacturers, they've all got their latest gear and latest innovations and blah, blah, blah. And I happened to go and take a closer look at the Benro stand. And I didn't go to this show to go and buy something, by the way. I ended up getting hold of one of these. Now, at the time, these were being sold at quite a considerable discount. I think it was 20-25% off, something like that. And this is a Benro Tortoise TTOR 34 CLV, which is a big name. But as you can see, it is not a million miles lower than the Innorel. Let's bring the Innorel in. So, okay, the Innorel has got a bit more height on it. The kicker with this tripod, the Benro, is weight. So this weighs 2.486 kilos. This is a kilo lighter than that. And the only trade-off is this height. This tripod comes with, I'll bring it a little bit closer to the camera. It's got, I don't know what they're called, but it's got, it's not a bolt, what's the opposite of a bolt? A socket that will take a standard thread, which means I can put attachments like this on, which is what I use to point my video camera at the back of my normal camera when I'm doing YouTube videos. This tripod doesn't have that kind of attachment. I actually have to have a clamp, which in itself weighs nearly, I think it's 150 grams, in order to clamp onto the leg to then attach this. So all the time with this tripod, the weight just kept going up for what I want to do with it. But I do love it. But I've actually come to grow to love this one just a little bit more. One more thing that goes in this tripod's favour is this comes with a bowl head built in. It's under here. It's actually already part of the tripod. I can't seem to release it. I don't really know why. I don't quite know how to use it. Perhaps I have to do that. Ah, there we go. Now it's actually moving. So this is part of the tripod, part of the, whatever it is, 2.486 kilos. I'm not having to add another half a kilo to this to get the same functionality that I had on this one. And I've got to say, if I'm out doing a recce like I have been today, and I'm looking in the boot of my car, and I'm thinking to myself, which one am I going to take? Well, if it's to do YouTube stuff, I'm definitely going to take this one because of the fact that I can use this attachment in order to point the video. But even if I'm just going for a womble, I'm still going to reach for this, unfortunately. Now, it does beg the question, have I bought the wrong tripod? Did I waste my money buying this Innorel? The answer to that question is no. And the reason for that is because at the time, this was, for the money I was prepared to pay, the best that was available. Yes, there were other options that were just as tall, but they were considerably more expensive. And for me, every single UK pound has to count. And yeah, I mean, I didn't get it new, I got it second hand, but I paid a decent price for it and it's done the job. And it's done the job I've asked it to do brilliantly. Am I going to sell it? No, I'm not going to sell it. And the reason why I'm not going to sell it is that at the moment anyway, I've only got one of these. I like to have spares. I like to have options. Things break, things fall apart, and I would like to have another option that's as decent as this one in my kit bag before I think about parting with that one. For the moment, this one is going to be the backup, and this one is going to be the one that I use the most. And the reason why I wanted to share this is that there's this mantra that I've heard an awful lot. You know, do your research, spend your money once. And that's very, very true. And you know, most of us, we haven't got the spare gold to be able to just go out and spend money and not have to worry about it. Most of us, a bit like me, have to think long and hard and save up long and hard in order to purchase the things that we want to use. And when I went to this camera show, I didn't go to buy a tripod. I just happened to be looking on the Benro stand and picked this up, played with it. It's child's play to use. It's as, you know, I was going to say it's as light as a feather. It's not. It's 2.5 kilos. And it's almost as high as the other one. And that's what swung it for me. Sometimes this one is just a bit too heavy and a bit too unwieldy, whereas this one, it just ticks all those boxes, but it's 2 years younger than this one. And that's why I'm sharing the story, because you make a purchase at the time based on what's available. But I think it's actually wise to keep looking at the options and keep seeing what's out there in terms of innovations and new technology and different sorts of composite alloys and things like that. It all moves on relentlessly, and occasionally you will stumble into a product that will make you go, oh, do you know what? That really solves a problem for me. And that's what's important for me with buying kit. I don't buy kit just for the sake of buying kit. I buy kit to solve a problem. This is a brilliant tripod. The problem with it was weight. This is a brilliant tripod. It doesn't have the weight problem. And that's why I ended up purchasing a Benro Tortoise tripod. I did have to wait for it though. It wasn't in stock and I had to wait several months to get it. But that's fine. I was prepared to wait for it based on the price that it was being offered for. So for the moment, this is the main baby. I've got my usual Benro geared head, which goes on top. Clearly I took it off in order to do this video. And yes, I will put the locking screw underneath once I finish doing it. But yeah, excellent piece of kit. And as a landscape photographer, I would heartily recommend this Benro tripod. Excellent piece of kit, very, very robust. I've had it out in the rain, plonked it in lakes. It's fallen over a couple of times, and it behaves and works perfectly. And I've got the option of the bowl built into it should I want to use it. I have to admit, I haven't used it, but I've seen lots of landscape photographers where they use a bowl head to level the camera in order to do a panorama. I don't do panoramas very often, but it's nice to know that it's there if I'm ever in the situation in the future where, I have the opportunity to do a pano. So there we go. Hopefully short and sharp. I don't know how long this video's been going on for. Oh, blimey, 15 minutes. So I hope I've not rambled too much, and I hope that talking about the tripod journey has been helpful and useful, at least to somebody. So let's leave it there. Thank you for watching. If you like landscape photography in general, please consider becoming a subscriber to my channel. And if you click on the subscribe button, click on the bell icon alongside it so that you get notified as to when I upload new videos. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please give it a like within YouTube. It helps the content and it helps my channel get out there. So until we're next back in the landscape, everybody, please take care, stay safe and look after each other. Cheerio for now.